I just wanted to make a quick video showing the two types of error files that are out there. That red one is a Harbor Freight version of a really common error file that every company that makes error files seems to use that form. And then the one that's unique to the rest is this one here, the Hutchins Hustler. And I did a lot of homework when I first bought that Harbor Freight one. I had to return it twice in the same day before I got this third one that I was happy with, and it works okay. The problem with this is that you put the air to it and the trigger nothing really happens. You just get a lot of air hissing, and once it gets going and you can keep it going, then it does the job. I noticed that even with the Hutchins, you can stall it out if things get going too slow, but it does have good slow speed control. But if you do stall it, it does have a hard time starting back up if you just give it light throttle, and if you still have it pressed onto your work surface. So the best thing seems to be able to get the whole thing off the work surface, like the car that you're working on, and then try to start it off, up in the air off the car. The obvious difference between these two is that you basically can't stall the Hutchins out once you have it operating. You can tell that I'm trying to put all my body weight onto it when it's running, and it doesn't budge unless I have it at light trigger, slow speed. But when it's at full throttle, you can't stop that Hutchins. The Harbor Freight, it's a whole nother story. It's pretty easy just to stall it out under its own weight almost. One thing I've noticed with all of these inline air sanders is that they require regular oil. So be sure before you use them on your project that you put a couple, 3 or 4 drops of oil into the airline fitting, and just run it for a couple, 10 or 20 seconds. And it seems to make a big difference in them not stalling. Another thing that you want to be sure of is that you supply them with 90 psi, and I don't think my compressor is quite set up to do that. And I know the guys that I've talked to, body guys, say these things require high air pressures to run right. So I looked on the web for some repair instructions and instructions, and I found some interesting things. So read those. You can tell the difference between the two companies.